Yo man, Mr. Popo back at it again with another super 10% off, super power. Look at the super magic. Whoa.
What's up guys, it's your Super Playaz back at it again with another video, and this time I got the Green Machine, the Menacing Terror, Cell. And you know who Cell's gonna go up against? The People's Champion of DBS and DBZ, Hercule. You know that guy's gonna be running away to the restroom and get that booty whipped. That's what's gonna happen. But C-Rod's running him and I'm running Cell, so let's get into the deck profile. This is an updated Cell deck. Those of you that don't know what he does and are new to this leader, this is what he does. So once per turn, activate during your main, place one card from your hand under this card, choose one of your opponent's battle card with an energy 3 or less and KO that card. So it's a board removal, so those Kales, Khalifas, Kabbas, all those guys are out of there if they're not barrier. And when your life is at 4 or less, you may draw 2 cards and flip this card over. So you awaken, boom, you awaken. Now he's the ultimate life form Cell, the perfect beast of an android. And then he has 2 effects. So one of them is activate during your main once per turn. Place one card from your hand and under this card and draw 2 cards. So when he attacks, he doesn't draw. So pretty much that's a drawback, but you draw 2 cards when you put one under. So if you don't like a card you have in your hand, use it. It gives you ammo to do what the second effect is. Once per turn during your main also, place 2 cards from under this card to the drop area and choose one of your opponent's battle cards and KO that card. So as long as they're not barrier, they're dead. So get rid of them. That's what it's made to do, is board wipe and board control and hand destruction. That's why I like life form Cell. And so there he is, the leader. I'll put him up here. And so obviously it's Cell archetype and it's obviously Cell deck. We have to have androids, and let's get into it. So we have Growing Evil, life form Cell, the 3-drop. What he does is that you union absorb with an android 17 and place a Cell with an energy 5 or less from your deck on top of this card. So pretty much that's what he does. So you union absorb, and we run 4 of these guys. So we run 4 Cells, and then we run what was it? Evolving life form, evil life form Cell. What he does is he also has union absorb with android 18, and then you bring out the big drop, the big daddy I call it. But when he's played with union, draw 1 card and then choose one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. So it's a lot of board control and hand destruction with this guy, and you get to draw a card when you union absorb to this one. So this is what's great about this guy. And then you obviously run 3 of these. So you kind of you don't want to see this guy late game because he gets clunky, but you do want to see them bring him out so you could bring out this amazing play, the Cell chain that everybody hates, and it's very, very strong. And when you play this card, if your leader card is an android, your opponent must choose cards in their hand until there are only 3 remaining and place the chosen card into the drop area. So pretty much your opponent keeps 3 cards and everything else must go to the drop area. So that's what this guy does. So if you're swinging at them constantly and making them have that big hand, you bring out this guy with union absorbing from this guy and you drop their hand, so you control their hand. So we run 3 of those because, like I said, you don't want to see these guys late game because then they hurt, and you don't want to see them early game because it's gonna hurt and you can't union absorb after that and he becomes useless. But that's the Cell chain right there that's very famous, that people hate and people love, and when you get Cell chain, it makes you salty. But then we have Dr. Evil's Inventor, Dr. Giro Evil's Inventor. What he does is that once you play this guy, look at the top 3 cards of your deck and choose up to 1 android card. So you run 4 of these guys so you could add those android cards. So we run 4, which is amazing. So if you magically see this guy early game, just send him back. So that's why we run 4 of those. And then we have Terrible Creator Android. What's cool about this guy and this guy's a 1-drop, only searches 3 cards of your deck on top, and this guy searches your entire deck. So when you play this card, choose up to 1 battle card with that includes Android in its name, other than Android 20 from your deck, and add it to your hand. So if you're looking for that specific Android, like Android 18, 17, and you have the Cell to bring out, you want to Cell chain it, that's what you do. Or you want to do the wombo combos or combo wombos with the Android plays. So you do run 2 of these guys so you can search them out. Sometimes you do need to search them out before anything. And then we do run Twin Brother Android 17 from set 2. What's great about this guy, once per turn, when this card attacks, you may place one card from your hand into the drop area and you restand an Android 18, which is amazing, phenomenal effect. And Super Play Michelle abuses the crap out of it and beats me with it almost every single time. And so then obviously you run 2 of those only. And then you have Twin Sister Android 18. We run the same effect at 17. You restand the 17 when you drop a card with her. And we run 2 of those. And that's what we do with our combos right there, restanding and replaying the pressure. And so we have Dreadful Duo Android 17. What's great about this guy is he's critical, and you can activate during your main once per turn. During that turn, if you use one of your energies, during that turn, if an opponent's battle card with an energy cost 3 or less has been placed in the drop area from any area from one of your skills, choose one of your Android 18 with an energy cost 3 or less and play it from your hand. So that's amazing. So we run 1, 2, 3 of those. And then what this one does is the same thing. It's critical, but these are from set 3. What she does is the same thing. Play one green energy during your turn. If an opponent's battle card with an energy cost of 4 or more has been placed in the drop area from any area by one of your skills, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy 3 or less and KO it. So you're gonna have a lot of board control with these cards, and that's what you want. You want to clear boards and drop their hand. That's what you're trying to do, is pressure. So we run 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And obviously we do run the promo Android 17. And let me move it a bit lower so you guys can see it. And what this does, Chilling Terror Android 17, when you play this card, if your leader card is Android, the opponent cannot draw when the leader card activates Awaken. So you constantly pressure. Either you could drop their hand or swing at them constantly and pressure them, and they won't draw the 2 cards when they awaken, which is great. And we run 3 of those. Wait, hold on. We run 3 of those, yeah. 3 of those. So you want to do those against those SS3 players because they're at 6. Bring him out or whatever. Install him out. And then we have Android Energy, Expanding Energy Android 17. We only run one Android 17, the 5-drop, because when this card attacks, draw until you have 4. So sometimes you might combo your hand out, and then you bring him out, and then you get your hand back. So you're constantly pressuring, and if you restand them with the Android 18, it just makes crazy plays. And it's just crazy. So we run 1 of those. And then we do have Exterminating Energy Android 18. What she does is that when she swings, her auto is when this card attacks a leader card and your opponent chooses 1 card from their hand and places it in the drop area. So there's a lot of hand control with this deck. So if you like hand control and hand destruction, I say look into an Android leader, and it's amazing. You can do so many crazy plays with this. And so we run 1, 2, 3 Android 18s, which is amazing. And then we have to have a way of awakening. In this deck, it's not that bad because even if you they hit you or whatever, you can still awaken with Marshall, Expert T, and Shinhan. And if you later on in the game you draw into it, he becomes ammo for yourself. So there's no really drawbacks with it. You combo with him, he goes to play. You do the combo, awaken, pop a card. So you're constantly pressuring your opponent and controlling their board. So yeah, as long as they don't have barrier. So it doesn't matter. If they don't have barrier, then you're pretty much kicking butt. So then we have 3 Martial Arts Experts T and Shinhan from set 2. And then we have Relentless Destruction Mira. Obviously this is hand destruction. Destruction is in his name. And so when you play this card with Overwhelm, your opponent chooses 1 card from their hand and places it in the drop area. So you make your opponent drop a card, which is crazy. And yeah, it's just a phenomenal black card. And we run 2 of those. And then we have Create Android extra card, which is great because when you play this card, you choose if your leader card is Android, you draw 2 cards and you place 1 card from your hand to the drop area. So you'll constantly have ammo for this guy. You'll always have more than 3, sorry, to overwhelm. And if you're looking for TN, you gotta get them ASAP because some decks awaken faster than Cell does, and you want to do plays. So we run 3 Create Androids, which is a phenomenal card. Makes this deck even way more consistent, and it's just amazing. And then we do have Speedy Surprise Attack. Great card. What this card does is you negate the attack, and if your leader card happens to be Android, you may place 1 card from your hand to the drop area. If you do so, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy 3 or less and KO it. So even as a negate, you can pop a card. So this is what makes this deck consistent and amazing. So we run 4 negates because you do need to have the negates. 4 of them. And what's the Android Leader and Hand Destruction without the new super combo that came out with set 3. And we run 4 of those. And what this guy does is that whenever you combo during either player's turn, as long as you're at 4 lives or less, your opponent must choose 1 card from their hand and put in the drop area. So this is very offensive or defensive. So if they want to go all out, you kind of like, if they're being like playing it safe and they keep cards in their hands, you do yours and you'll drop the remaining cards in their hand. So which is amazing and prevents them from bringing out a crazy card on you next turn if they have the energy, or you just pressure them. So there you guys have it. This is the Cell deck updated 3.0, 10.0 with the new set 1, 2, and 3 in it. And it's a phenomenal deck. It's great. Let me know what you would take out, what would you add, but at this moment it's very consistent, and we're gonna see if the people's champion of the world could take on the perfect life form himself. So stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe, and like we always say, stay super.